Pisces, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 13th to the 19th weekly. Yes, we're going to be going old school. For those of you who've been watching this channel for a few years, you'll know how I used to do Matamas before, and I'm going to try again. We're going back to that because I'm enjoying it. So, you know, life should be fun. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're going to be going old school on that. Have you seen the sun? What's going on in the sun? Huge amounts of energy is coming in. And this is playing into, we'll go into this in a minute, but it's playing into air and fire on your Astroflower. And we're going to be bringing that up in a second. I just want to get these cards out before we do that. Yeah, so there's been a lot of X-flares, there's been a lot of energies coming through. And these energies here that you can see come through here, and you've got that cardinal fire that comes through from Aries, the sign that's next to you, and you have that fixed air that comes across there from Aquarius, which is just on the other side of you. You do have fire at your base as well, and this is where it could be trying a little bit your emotions at the moment. So we'll see how that sort of plays out. If you want to know more about energy, you'll see that on Cymatic TV, our sister channel. I got a video coming out today on the analysis of what's going on with the sun and how that energy is going to affect chakras and our aura. Okay, so yes, without further ado, let's get on with your reading. We've got the overall energies here. Karmic message for your relationship side, karmic message for your financial side, influence from the universe, influence from your past self, influence from your future self, general sort of outcome. That's your relationship side and your financial side. Old school, let's get in. Okay, so with the overall energies, seems to be a lot more driven on the relationship side, on the emotional side of life. And I think this is where your waters are going to be tried a little bit, and you can see that down in your karmic and down in your interaction with your relationship, on your karmic paths, but also on your sort of interaction with the universe on your financial side. And I think it's more on the relationship side that it seems to be affecting more than anything else. And it's bringing a lot to it. It's bringing, I think, a lot more sort of solidness, security to that sort of place. Yeah, you've got the Six of Cups here. I think this is bringing you a gift, a physical gift, as you can well see here with this Six of Cups. This person here is giving a bunch of flowers in the cup to another person, and they, you know, and it's about it's almost about like advice you're giving yourself on the relationship side, from how you are. And I think the overall energy is going to make you realize that. So you may be sitting at a coffee shop having a drink, and you know, you realize something about life, and because something happens that is around you, and you kind of, oh yeah, do you know what? I used to do that. I used to do that sort of thing. I should enjoy it actually. And that sort of thing, that seems to be, it's realization. It's helping to realize a lot of things, because you've got a lot of fire going on here. You've got fire there, air there, and then you've got this water here. And I think it's working out that little bit of balance between work and play, basically. On your karmic path, on your relationship side, let's just have a look here. No, it pulls out most definitely, but pulls out much more on the right hand side. So your karmic path is about sort of going out and meeting this. It's almost meeting yourself and testing your limits a little bit more than anything else. Yeah, Page of Swords. Learning about your mental, the air within you, which you get on this side here, and you also get here running through you here, and learning about that air and how you use your ideas and your mental intelligence and stimulus to provoke the reality that is in your relationships around you. So, you know, using that scenario of noticing something that happens around you in the coffee shop, and you turning around and sort of saying, okay, I've got an idea. Maybe I could do that next week with that person. and it's how you you bring it into your reality. I think that's what you're learning more than anything else. Let's just see what's going on in with your connection to the universe. So there's a bit more sort of wavery, and it's almost as if like the universe is punctuatingly, sort of like in regular intervals, stimulating your passions in your life to see what really works for you. Yeah, it's okay. So it's calling you. I think this is where the universe is. It's really sort of like on a it's almost like a drum beat here, where you're getting things coming in from the universe, which is, on a regular heartbeat sort of thing, sort of like pushing passions into your life to see how emotionally how it stimulates you emotionally, from your past to your future. And I think you can use that in combination with that learning curve on the night of the Page of Swords. Your past to your future. There seems to be a square in it. It seems like, it's not that you didn't turn people away, but you didn't let people in. That's the sort of thing I'm getting. Yeah, Eight of Swords. I think you got. I think overall here, I think the universe, the overall energies in your karmic path is asking you to take a risk, and I think you're going to recognize in your past where things may have been a little bit sort of stale, or a bit too ordinary in a way for you in the past, and it made you feel a little bit like in a rut. And I think this is where the universe and your karmic path is trying to bring you out of that. In your future self, this is like gushing water. It's like a fountain of emotions. You've got all elements on this table here, and it's on this petal here: air, fire, water, obviously from yourself, and that fixed earth as well. And I think here it's a bit like the Magician card. You've got every attribute to make what you need to make. Yeah, justice. Yeah, I think this is very particular for water signs at the moment. It's for this week anyway. It seems like here is like it's okay. You can enjoy yourself, and you can let go of that sort of protection that you've been you might have had. You can go. You allow people to go so far, but you're not going any further than that. And now I think it's sort of kind of saying, now you have, with this stimulation that's happening within you, within the energies that are within you, and allowing you to provoke and play with your passions and learn about how you mentally engage yourself in life, will bring harmony into your life and bring you justice as well, and recognize what you should and shouldn't be doing. On your overall outcome, cool, happy days. I think the general out of this, which is coming out of this, is because things are flowing. There's a real stimulus side to the base here, and with that stimulus, makes you feel a lot more comfortable that things are moving on, but also at the same time you're learning a lot, and you're getting a consistency of joy and happiness within your life. Five of Swords. You are choosing not to engage in, or you should be choosing this week not to engage in that, not to engage in things or relationships or situations that are negative or that are conflictual for no reason whatsoever. That it doesn't concern you. And it's just like kind of going, why am I even bothered talking to this person? And I think you're now sort of choosing that to go forward. And I think this is where you're going to get harmony and justice within your life because of that. Let's just see what's going on your financial side, on your karmic path. You have to be decisive about your pathway of where you've come from to where you're going. And I think you've got to be very clinical about it, very clear. Yeah. This is your karmic path, is to recognize where you're trying to take too much on. The energy coming out of this card is like two swords in a way. It's sort of kind of like making a real sort of beeline towards your success or your progression or your goals. And I think here is your karmic path is to recognize that maybe you're just carrying a little bit too much influence from the universe. And this is where you get that conflictual side that is always within you, Pisces. You've got those two fish that are going in opposite directions. And we can see that with that water, fire, water, fire, water, fire. Even with the air fire, and you get this on this side here. And you have that sort of conflictual side within you. And I think it's making it obviously and very clear to you. Here is like, the universe is, if you let go of a few things, if you stop trying to do everything and cover all the bases, maybe you've got to get someone else to cover the bases. So like if you're renovating a house, I've renovated many barns over here in France from A to Z, barns without roofs on it. And I recognize that there's certain aspects of the renovation that it's not worth me doing because it's not my strength. Therefore, I delegate to someone else to do it. Say like an electrician, for example, or a plumber. And that sort of thing, whilst I'm doing sort of plasterboarding or plastering or stonework or floorboards and what have you. And it's recognizing that. And I think this is where the universe is trying to help you do that. Yeah, the universe is definitely trying to help you out here, bring you onto calmer shores. And I think it's because it's sort of saying there's an opportunity waiting for you if you just let go of trying to cover all the bases. On your past to your future, what's the past bit that's sort of playing into your life? I think you have found what sits right with you. And here it's like, because you know what sits right with you, it's like a shoe, yeah? Okay? So when you get a new shoe, sometimes you have to wear it a few times before it fits right, if you know what I mean. And this is what it's sort of saying here. Don't be sort of like, that shoe doesn't fit absolutely perfectly. And I know you're a little bit like that. You like things to be perfect, which is understandable. But perfection only exists in the first inhalation and the last exhalation, you know, and that's what exalting is all about. Yeah, so and you've got to give it time. You've got to give it patience. Yeah, I think you realised a lot about who you are, where you are, what kicks you, what makes you kick, what makes you really get infused about where you're going, and that King of Wands is, you know, you know, winning at all cost is what you've been doing, and maybe this is like, maybe this is where you've been carrying a bit too much, more than anything else. Got a lovely little spider just coming across here, exactly to this petal here. Hello, my friend. You need to weave a different web, you know. Let's just see how your future self sort of plays out for you. This is much more joyous energy. It's like the petals of a flower. They're not straight petals. They're sort of like fluffy or undulated about it all. Yeah, this is it. Happiness. And I think this ties into that overall energy there. I think this is where you're giving this gift to yourself. And in the future, I think when you realize that, because you can allow, you're letting go. So, cutting down the trees or sort of getting rid of the burdens that you're carrying so you can see the wood rather than the tree. That sort of scenario where you can make, when you do coppicing, when you're cutting a few trees in a forest, that in a very respectful way, you allow air and space and sunlight to come in for new trees to grow. And I think this is what you're doing more than anything else. You're allowing light to come into your financial pathway. Let's just see what your overall outcome is. This is where we get those here, where we had 2 swords, yeah, on your karmic path. It seems like you've combined the 2 together, and now it's like boom, boom. You know where you're going. There's no, you're not taking on, you're allowing a lot of things to be let go. Queen of Wands. Yeah, you're getting into that. I think here, the harmony that you find within yourself, and the Queen of Wands is an incredibly joyous, sociable card, being really enthused about the moment, rather than trying to take everything in like the King of Wands does. And this Queen of Wands, did I say Queen of Swords? I meant Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is, going to bring in that happiness, this here, that sunshine, by sort of engaging in a multitude of different ways, which I think is going to be very, very fruitful for you. It's going to be a very magical time as well. It's a very good time for manifestation, but manifestation takes preparation. It's like preparing a potion in a way. You've got to have those ingredients. You've got to work those ingredients in a proper way in order to get the best results out of them. In homeopathy sort of work, or even in through my healing, I realized that some people, you have to go at a certain pace in order for things to come together. And this manifestation energy that's coming through from the sun is all about getting your ducks in a row in order to manifest. Have you seen that video where they put a load of bricks on top of a wall, and they're all leaning on top of one another, and they literally just like flip the first brick, and then it sort of like kind of sets like dominoes off the rest of them going. And that's what I think you're doing here in this week. Let's just do with a bit of light Seer's card. Let's see what's going on with the Six of Cups. You got the Five of Wands. Yeah, walking away from this conflict in your relationship side as well, and walking away from that sort of thing. I think more than anything else, it's a learning curve to be the best example of yourself. And I think you're bringing in this beautiful gift of peace and harmony within your life on both sides, a real sort of balance within the, within your relationship and your work side of life. It really works well, really nicely. With the Page of Swords, you get the Temperance. Yeah, being patient, justice, that is all about patience as well. Responding to that calling that is within you, and being patient with the world outside, but doesn't necessarily mean you have to submit, or it doesn't mean you have to sort of bow to the problems of the people that are around you. And here is where you're learning about that. You're learning about being patient with yourself and with the world around you to get the best out of it all. Four of Cups. This is the universe calling. The universe is calling there. You're looking at the world around you there, and you're distilling all of those cups into that one cup. And this is the universe is trying to provoke that. It's trying to provoke you really getting into that one cup there, that gift as well that you're giving yourself through the understanding of happiness. I think more than anything else, it's absolutely beautiful for you. Let's just see what's going on with this Eight of Swords. You get the Page of Swords, which you've got twice now. This is what you're learning. This week here is an understanding about how not to entrap yourself like that. It's like the fish. This is you go fishing and you got the hook, and it's like kind of going, you got your fellow friend fish next to you that's got half his mouth ripped out because he's been caught by a fisherman and he's been chucked back in. He's kind of going, don't take that, don't take it. You know what I mean? I've done it, look at the state of me. And you're kind of going, yeah, but it's a lovely worm. You know what I mean? I can't resist it. I want it. I'm going to get it. It's not going to get away from me. And I think this is what you're learning not to do. You're not learning to sort of like get yourself hooked on something that is only going to cause you problems and complications more than anything else. Yeah, justice here. I think you're going into a new harmonious place, into a new dimension. This is what your future's all about. And your future's about celebration. It's bringing your life plan or your life path into alignment with another person that goes beautifully, like two hands. Two left hands and two right hands can't do that. They can't hold each other. You can't, when you hold someone's hand, you can't do that with your own hands. And I think here is what you're finally getting towards here. And I think that's what coming out in the following week as we go into Gemini. I think that's really going to sort of play really well for you. But it's incredibly constructive this week. And you get the Queen of Cups. You have the King of Cups on this side as well. And you have the Devil card. And your monthly reading, which will be linked at the bottom of the thing. The Queen of Cups here, you can use your bright, this is you, use your bright and vibrant energy, but mentally understanding, just seeing the triggers within you to sort of say, nope, not getting involved in that. Be very nice and everything like that, and just sort of kind of go, no, I don't want to get involved with that because I want to get involved with that. And it's a crowning glory of your emotions. This is it. You're taking that path towards your crowning glory of your emotions. Really nice. With that 10 of Wands, you get the Queen of Wands. This is it. This is what I'm talking about. She has got this one candle, but she's got loads of possibilities that are around us, but she's engaged in that one candle at one time. And once you start doing that and stop trying to cover all bases, this is where you're really going to get the best out of life. No doubt about it. It's going to make that sun shine. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. Just let it shine in, Pisces. It'll be absolutely brilliant. With the Six of Swords, you get the High Priestess. A lot of intuition for you here. A lot of understanding. I think the universe is part and parcel of this gift that is trying to help you recognize the happiness that could be in your life. And it's your intuition here. Using your intuition. And I think once you do that, that's when things are really going to come into alignment and into a harmony. It's going to be like a divine plan for you going forward on your financial side. That's what that is all about, is recognizing that inner voice within you that's helping you on to abundance. The King of Wands is amazing. Having that sort of like, I'm going after it point of view is right, but not all the time. And this is where you should now recognize from your past of what you've actually done to create this scenario, which you have a lot of abundance, where you have a lot of resources, not only within you, but in the world that is around you. What's your future self with the sunshine? You get the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is that message there. That's that communication coming in for you. That is where you want to be, people. Absolutely brilliant. You have this capacity here to convert what you're understanding from the universe, what's coming in the way of intuition from the universe, and how the universe is trying to take you on to that happiness. And you're using that as a real driving force, a real focal point of your career and your business, or your projects, or whatever you're doing in your life to give you a bit more harmony. Look at that. With the Queen of Wands, you get the Ace of Wands. I said it was all about the fire and the air, and it seems to be that air and fire that's driving those emotions, that crowning glory. Also on that side, you get the air, but here you've got pure fire on this side. And that's that Aries driving up through you. It's giving you a real direction in life. All of a sudden, the light shines on the realization that delegation or doing a certain or engaging in life in a certain way allows you to, it frees you up to be a lot more passionate about your strengths, about the things that you actually enjoy within the projects. I don't personally like doing concrete when I'm doing when I'm renovating barns and so forth, and there is people who love doing concrete, and so I allow them to do it, so I can get involved in the wood and the stone and that sort of thing, and which I really enjoy. And that's the sort of thing here where you can really sort of start focusing on the things that really bring you joy, but also will bring you success at the same time. So you've got to, it is a manifestation time. We saw this on Cymatic TV. When you will be able to see this on Cymatic TV tonight, about how the prana energy coming from the sun, coming to the earth, as it comes to the earth and it starts implementing you in the situation, that's when you can then engage your free will to create your happiness perpetually within your life. It's not always going to be easy, but that happiness will override the difficulty every single time in the long run. Okay, there you go, Pisces. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate all the support you give through YouTube. That could be through subscribing, liking, sharing. Commenting is absolutely brilliantly. Love it. Either I'll see you over on Cymatic TV or I'll see you here, whichever way it is. Be lovely to see you again. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.